Welcome back. Here we go. We're going to try a little dissecting of some air attacks here for what we got going on. Take a look at some dragon attacks, some Loonian, some Lavaloonian, and see what works, what doesn't work, and what you need to concentrate on when you do this strategy. As everybody knows, dragons are about as dumb as they get, so controlling them is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, but for the lower guys, the Town Hall 8 guys, you can get away with using the dragon attack strategy, be really effective against any Town Hall 8s or below. Once you start getting to Town Hall 9s, it gets a little harder to dragon raid them and actually be as successful, as consistently as you want to. So one of the guys that obviously does the best for us in these is Rad. So we're going to take a look at one of his raids here from this past war, just to kind of show you what he does, that he does well. And like I said, he's really consistent about, and always has been on what he does and how he does it here. So take a quick peek here at one of his raids in this past war, 2-star. So fans them all out, nice and easy, all on the one side there. Obviously he's getting as close to the 2 air defenses. There is usually a good strategy. You want to get those out of the way as soon as you possibly can. So no luring with these guys, just let them go. And notice he always does a real good job of putting his spells in front of his dragons so that they actually lead into where he's going. It's real important with any kind of spell that you use, not just with the heal on dragons, but with everything. You don't want to drop it on top of them, directly on top of them. You almost want to drop them to where they're either on the edge of it or going to walk into it, because you want that spell to last on your troops as long as you can. So, if you're going to drop a spell here, you want to start dropping it like in this area so that the circle of it, barely touches the outer rim of where these guys are. And you see he's done that here too, right in the middle there. So that's where he wants his dragons to go and where he thinks they're going to go. So you're going to kind of, with dragons and hogs and stuff like that you're trying to drop that heal, you want maximum exposure for what they're doing. So another thing that Rad's done here lately with his dragon attacks is he's added the balloons into the clan castle when he does that, which is really effective as well, because the great thing about balloons is that they're like giants and golems and hogs, in that they go directly towards the defensive structures. So once he's in here nice and tight, and he's actually got the air defenses, these 2 air defenses, focusing on his dragons, that allows his balloons to come in back and just destroy stuff. So speed them up a little bit here because they move slow as crap. And look, going straight towards that air D, it's going to go down before they get there. And you see they just start pounding this stuff. Now, unfortunately, the dragons take a little detour while the balloons stay there, but even with that, the splash damage when they die is really effective. So, again, nice, easy, simple. Any Town Hall 8 can do this on another Town Hall 8, and you should get 2 stars pretty regularly when you do this. King coming around and kind of cleaning up the muck on the outside here. If that cannon gets taken out a little bit more, he probably gets some more of these structures on the outside too. And then if you got the Rage ability or the Iron Fist ability too, that's going to help you out. So, anyways, nice attack there by Rad. Radman, he does consistently good. So if you're ever looking for a dragon attack, he's about the best there is out there for us. So on another one here, one that happened against me on this war, the Lavaloonian. Now this is my fault here because I've got my Expos turned down so that they're shooting ground only and not shooting the air. And partially that's just because I've been go wipe so much and go wee weed so much the last few wars. I wanted maximum range on those. So see what this guy does here is drops the loons down first, kind of gets them going, and then drops 2 pairs of the lava hounds. It's always good to have those guys kind of running in pairs whenever you're deploying them too. That way you kind of get that maximum tank for the opposing air defenses. You see the clan castle troops are coming out here to try to deal with them too. And the other bonus about that too is you drop them in pairs. As soon as one of them dies, spawns off the lava pups, and you get a little something extra here for to deal damage to whatever else is around there. Part of a design flaw on my part too, probably having the air defenses a little bit too close to the inside part. I probably don't need that. If I spread them out a little bit more, this isn't quite as effective, so that's something that I need to edit on my war defense here. But good job by this guy scouting it out and realizing that I'm susceptible to this. So, you know, balloons just do massive amounts of damage, especially when they go unchecked with the lava hounds in the middle there, and the lava hounds taking all that damage. But you see the lava pups popping out. Minions cleaning up everything on the outside. They do a bunch of damage too, and he hasn't even dropped his heroes yet. So basically, he's letting everything else kind of wreak havoc and do what it does here in the middle before he decides to deploy his heroes out there. So again, all the air defenses now are out. All those nice upgraded air defenses basically do nothing because with the lava hounds taking up all the damage, that leaves the balloons plenty of time to go through there and just destroy everything. And obviously the Barb King can do nothing to help him. Archer Queen's already down. And there he goes with his heroes, cleaning up the mess. So, the last few balloons get wiped out by the Archer Towers and the Whiz Towers, but at that point the damage is already done. And the minions kind of scrape up the rest here as well. But 80%, you know, again, if I put the Expos to shoot both air and land, that's probably different. If I spread out my air defense and don't have them all kind of clumped up in the middle, that probably doesn't happen as much either. But, you know, the one good thing about the Lavaloonian and the Loonian strategies is that it's a pretty much guaranteed 1 star if you're doing it correctly. The damage that the balloons do to all the defensive structures and the minions actually with their DPS, they've got the fastest DPS of any of the Dark Troops, so they can do a lot of damage, especially when you know group them up like that. One of the replays that I had wasn't getting a whole lot of success as far as looking for, you know, decent town halls to do, but you know, here's one with you know, it's an okay Town Hall 9, nothing great. It's my little spin on the Lavaloonian. I like to spread out the balloons as much as possible, again, to kind of keep the Whiz Towers and the bombs and the whatever else from doing damage to multiple ones at the same time, and you try to keep them from grouping. You want to try to get them to take out as much of the stuff as possible without having to do it all in one big lump of loons. So again, you drop the balloons first, you let them take that initial superficial damage, and if you lose 2 balloons or 3 balloons even before the lava hounds come, that's okay, because the lava hounds actually move a lot faster than the balloons do, which everything does. But so you drop them in behind and you let them start coming in there, so that way you get a little bit of buffer between when they start taking damage. Drop the rage spells a little deeper into the base than you want to again. Notice leading edge. You want to drop it where you want your guys to go, not where they are. So they're barely on the fringe when I first drop it, and then they kind of work their way to the inside there as they do it. Minions come out on the outside, fan them out, get them just kind of picking up everything as much as you can. Dragon and minions from the clan castle doing the same thing out there, just kind of get everything on the outside. You know, this is even more effective if I've got heroes, because, you know, the heroes can do all that stuff too. If, you know, I can wait a little while and drop the heroes around the outside and the bottom down here and have them clean some stuff up too, but, you know, my heroes are still under construction for now, so. Anyways, you can see a couple of heal spells doing the same thing there. You drop them where you want them to go and help them out. I did it on top of the Archer Queen here just because she can wreck your balloons if you're not careful with them. But last Lava Hound finally goes down with all the lava pups. Still got about 4 or 5 balloons left, but they're starting to take some more and more damage, which, you know, no biggie. I get lucky here in that the Air D starts shooting the dragon, which the dragon obviously can tank almost as good as the Lava Hound, but not quite as well. So down to my last 3 balloons, but that's more than enough with the last air defensive, even if it was starting to go on this one, because the splash damage when the balloons die would be enough to kill it. And there you go. Easy breezy. Like I said, even max bases, you should be able to get, you know, 1 star with the Lavaloonian and the Loonian attack, just because of how spread out the damage you can do. I mean, it's basically a more powerful version of a barching strategy, which, again, you can barch 50% on a lot of these guys as well. But, you know, obviously we're looking for more than that when we're doing the stars. So, anyways, a couple quick ones there just to kind of check them out and see if you're looking to do a little air defense, or not air defense, but a little air attack in the coming clan wars. So, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to try to get a couple better attacks here, see if I can actually find some max bases. But I'm greedy. If I'm going to attack a base, I want there to be a lot of resources. So I'll probably look in there and see if I can't find a max base to do a Lavaloonian on, just to show you either how effectively or ineffectively I can do against it, which, it's about a coin toss there whether I do well or not. But I got about a day here on my Archer Queen and 13 hours on my King here before they're ready to go again, and that's always a big help, obviously, when these attacks happen. But you get the basic strategy and the point on how this stuff goes. But there you go. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask or post something or whatever else, and we'll try a couple of different weird strategies here coming up too, and I'll try to link some more videos of some other guys that I've been watching too, just to help out. So anyways, hope that helps, and we'll see you guys around.